Good morning. In last lecture, we talked about a stack and we learned that the stack is what? That is last in, first out. So what we did, we just managed the one variable and that was the top. So whenever we insert an element, we will just incrementing the top, and whenever we delete any element, that is pop, we were just decrementing the top. So we had managed one variable and that the variable was top. We were just incrementing the top if we want to insert the data, and whenever we want to remove any element from the stack, at that time we were simply decreasing the top variable. Now today I want to show you on paper how we can do the same thing for the queue. So please see carefully. See, there are two applications of linear data structure and two applications. Which are the two applications? We learned the first one, and that is a LIFO. LIFO is known as a last in, first out. So you can say the stack is the thing. What we did in a stack? Very simple. We just created an array. Now, whenever user inserting any element, we were just incrementing our variable, and that is top. If you are inserting any element, your top will be incremented. If you are inserting any element, your top will be incremented. If you are inserting any element, your top will be incremented. Now, whenever you want to drop any element, it means if you want to pop any element, then your top will be decrement. If whenever you want to pop any element, your top will be definitely decrement. So that was the thing that is available in a stack. Now today we want to discuss about a FIFO. What is FIFO? FIFO means first in, first out. So whenever you insert any data, at that time, at last we will definitely insert the data, but whenever we delete any data, then first record will be removed first. So the concept is known as a queue. What is queue? Very simple. You can say it is working on the system that is first come first served basis. So to understand the queue, let me write over here. You need to see, if you are managing a stack, you just need to manage the variable that is top. Your top will be incremented. Your top will be incremented whenever you are doing post, and top will be decremented whenever you are doing pop. So only one variable need to manage, and that is top. But in case of queue, we need to manage the front as well as rear. So what is front and rear? See, very simple. Whenever you are inserting any element, for example, if you are inserting the 10, then at that time, if this is the only one element, then your front and rear both will be same. Why? Because we have only one element. But if you are inserting any one more element, that is 20, for example, then this is your first element, so you can say this will be your front. And whenever you insert any element, that element will become the rear. Now whenever, suppose if you think that, sir, I want to insert one more, so now your rear will be incremented. So you can say that your rear will be this. Whenever your another element is inserted, your rear will become this. In short, whenever we are inserting any element, we will increment the rear. Right? So your rear will be incremented whenever we are inserting the data. So if you are inserting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at that time your rear will be incremented. But what if I want to delete the data? So what happens? See, if you want to delete any data, then now we will not delete the last element, but we will delete the first element. So whenever you want to delete the first element, what happened? We can increment the front. So your front will become now this, that is 20. So if your front is 20, then this will be automatically deleted. Now, whenever you are inserting any element, for example 50, then your rear will become this. It means at the time of insert, your rear will be incremented, and at the time of delete, your front will be incremented, It means suppose if you want to delete this 20, then what happen? This 30 will become the front. This 30 will become front in which situation? If you want to delete the first element, that is 20. So now it will become your front. In short, we come to the conclusion that whenever you want to delete any data, your front value will be plus plus. Why front value will be plus plus? Because I want to delete this, so front will become this. I want to delete this, then front will become this. And whenever you want to insert any data, your rear will become plus plus. So this is the very simple and core logic. But one thing you need to understand what? See, if your rear is not incremented yet, it means if it is a first element, what about the first element? If it is a first element, then your front and rear both will be same, right? If it is only one element, then if you don't have any other element, then this is your first element and this is your last element. So you can say that the rear and front will be same if it is a first record. Now, in which situation we can say that our queue is empty, right? So very simple. See, if you are inserting any data, then your rear will become plus plus. If you are removing any data, then your front will be plus plus. And if your front is greater than the rear, it means if front value is greater than the rear, at that time you can come to the conclusion that your queue is empty. So let me show you the things how we can do same thing practically. So in last lecture, we talked about push, pop, display, peep, all these things. Let me save this particular program as demo38.c. Now I don't want to push. So what you want to do? I want to insert. Why I'm using the word insert? Because in case of Q, push is replaced with the insert and pop is replaced with the delete. Now what you want to find? So instead of peep, we will write here find. Now no need to get the top element. Why? Because we are managing the two variables and that will be front and rear both. So students, we will just change the variable name and that will be rear equal to -1 and front is equal to -1. Why -1? Because by default we don't have any index. Whenever you are inserting any element, at that time we will increment the value of front and rear. Now we don't need a case number 5. So let me simply remove the case number 5. So now how many elements you want to push? Instead of push, I will use the word that is how many elements you want to insert. So I want to insert, for example, 5 elements. Then you can write the 5. Then here, instead of ARR of plus plus top, we will write plus plus rear. Why? Because we already explored on the paper. And that is what? That is whenever you want to insert the data, we will increment the value of rear. Why? Because whenever you insert any data, your rear will be incremented. And whenever you want to delete your data, your front will be incremented. That is the simple logic of Q. So ARR of plus plus rear is equal to number. If top is equal to 99, that was the concept in stack. But here we can write if rear equal 99, then we can say that Q is overflow. One more thing that we need to take care is what? If rear equal -1 at the time of insert, suppose if you are doing the first time insert, right? So if you are doing first time insert, then your front will be plus plus as well as your rear will be also plus plus. So what we can write? If rear equal -1, then we will increment the value of a front also. Front will be incremented only once in the insert. Rest of the times it will be increment whenever the value are deleted. Why we are incrementing the front? Because if it is a first element, then your front will become 0 and your rear will become 0. Next elements onwards, your rear will be plus plus if you are inserting, and your front will be plus plus if you are deleting. So very simple. Now here, if rear equal to 99, then the Q is overflow. Now I want to delete the element. So whenever you want to delete the element, here you can simply print percentage D is not popped but deleted. Now whenever you are deleting, we will simply increment front. So your front will be incremented if the record are deleted. Now no need to write the top, no need to manage the top because we are managing the top and front and rear. Now here you can write the condition. If front greater than the rear, it means value of the front is greater than the rear, then you can say that your Q is empty. Both are -1 at the starting. Now in the case 3, what we want to do? If front greater than rear, right, then the Q is empty. But if front not equal rear, right, then we can simply do what? Or see, we can see that if front is less than rear, right, then we will run the loop up to front to rear. Why? Simple. See, how many elements are available? See, let me give you one more example for the Q so you people will get the better idea. For example, suppose you have, this is the index, right? Now we know that the front is equal to -1, rear is equal to -1. Now whenever you are inserting any element at that time, if you are inserting the first element, then your front will be plus plus. Why? Because this is your front and the same variable is known as a rear. So first time, if the rear is equal to -1, then we will increment the front also, right? So your front and rear will become 0. Now I want to insert any element. Whenever you are inserting any element, now your rear will become this, right? Your front is still this. Now you want to insert one more, so your rear will become this. Now you want to display the records. Now we had not deleted any element from this. Now I want to display all these elements. So from which element to which element we will display? Simple. From front to rear, we will display all the elements. Now what happens? See, if you are deleting any element, then your front will become this. So if you are deleting, we will display from front to rear. So as a result, we will simply discarding the element. So what we need to do? Simple. From front to rear, you can run the loop. So front to rear, and you can simply print ARR of, that is I. So your value will be printed. And here you can simply give the message that Q is empty. Now which position you want? So the logic will be same for this particular thing. Why? Because we are getting the array of that particular position. You can simply build and run this particular program. Now I converted the whole program of stack into Q. So we manage the two variable. One is front and another one is rear. For example, if I am trying to insert, see, how many elements you want to insert? So I want to insert the three elements, that is 10, 20 and 30. Right now, what will be the value of my front? My front will be 0, right? And what is the value of my rear? It will be 2. So from 0 to 2, it will display all the elements, and as a result, I am getting 10, 20, 30 over here, right? Now I want to insert two more records. So it will be 40 and 50. So now suppose if you are inserting, what happens? See, your rear will be plus plus. So from front to rear, it will display all this. And as a result, if you check over here, that is in a case 3. What I am doing? I am displaying all the element from front to rear. So from front to rear, all the element will be displayed. Now I want to delete the element. See what happened. Whenever you are deleting, your first element will be deleted. So your front will be plus plus, so 10 is deleted, and as a result, whenever you are displaying any element, that is 3, your front is plus plus. So now it will display from 20 to 50. See, it is displaying 20 to 50. This is the wonderful thing over here. Suppose if you are writing that 4 to 5, now which position you want? I want the first position, that is second position. See here, it will display that the second position is equal to 30. Why it is doing displaying 30? Simple, because we are not clearing the rest element of the queue, right? We are just incrementing our front. So you can manage the circular queue also. That is the concept of, that is data structure. So second position is equal to 30. Now I want to delete the data. So if you are deleting, now you can check, see 30, 40 and 50 are there. Now you can delete again, and again you can display. So 40 and 50 are there. Again you can delete. So 40 is deleted. Now the queue is empty. It means the data is not available in this particular my queue. So if you look carefully over here, then the 50 is already there, right? Then why I'm getting the message like this, the data is not available? Because whenever you are displaying 50, at that time your front and rear both will be same, right? So if front less than or equal to rear, then we want to display the data, else we don't want to display the data. So we just need to write here less than or equal. So if you write less than or equal, now you will be able to manage all the data. So what I can see, how many elements? 3, 10, 20, 30 you can display. So 10, 20, 30 is there. Now you can insert two more, and that is 40 and 50. Now you can display, see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 are there. Now you can delete the data. You can delete the data. See, now you can display, see 50 is still there. You can delete the data. Now queue is empty. So whenever you write 3, now the queue is empty. So this is the thing that you can manage using array, and that concept is known as a queue. Queue means first in, first out. Now students, suppose if you think that, sir, can we use the two-dimensional array? Can we use the multi-dimensional array? Yes, we can. So let me give you simple example of storing the two-dimensional array, and that is for name. For example, see, if you are writing over here, that is character name of 30, it means it will store 30 characters. So whenever you write over here, that is printf, enter any name. So whenever you write enter any name, now it will store up to 30 characters. So we just need to write %s and name. S stands for string. So it will be character array of 30 characters, and it will be converted into string. So we can simply print our string, and that will be name equal to %s, and we can print our name. So what it will do? It will simply ask to the user, enter any name. For example, I am writing here Atmir, then it will print the name is equal to Atmir. Now I don't want to take only one name. I want to take the 10 names from the user. 10 names means what? If user says that how many names you want, and I want to display all these things. So here you can take one variable integer n, that is printf, enter how many names you want. So if user enter that I want to store 10 names, then I want to get the 10 names, and I want to store the same, and I want to display the same. So for that particular thing, we can write the loop over here, I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So what we can do over here? Simple. We can simply print the same thing in a loop, that is I less than n, I plus plus. But remember student, whenever you are writing name of 30, it is means it is a one string, so it is a one array, right? But if you want to store a multiple name with the multiple characters, why? Because in one name there is a 30 character. So if you write over here that is 30 of 10, it will be 30 characters name and 10 array. So you can say that this is the two-dimensional array which store name of 30, that is maximum length of the name is 30 and the maximum length of the array that will be 10. So 30 character long name of 10 array. So here we can write simply name of I. We can write /n and we can print the name of I. So whenever you run this particular code, it will give you an error for not declaring the variable I. You can rebuild and you can build and run. Now it is asking me how many names you want. I want the 5 names. For example, the name is Arjun, Tushar, Kuldeep, Abhishek, right? And that's it. See, 5 names are displaying. It means Arjun, Tushar, Kuldeep, Abhishek, that's it. Why I am teaching all these things right now? Just because I want to convert the program that we discussed in the lecture number 2nd, that is to display the report, right? I want to convert this program into, that is how many items you want. And if user says that I want the 10 items, then I want to build the wheel of 10 items. Let me show you the same thing over here. In the previous program, that is we discussed in the lecture number 2nd, that was related to printf scanf report, in which the four items were fixed, and the items were computer, mobile, calculator, and pencil. Let me show you the same thing for again. The computer unit price, for example, 30,000. How many computers? For example, 5 computers. What is the price of mobile? 12,200. What is the quantity? So 3 quantity mobile. Calculators price 450, for example. Calculator quantity 5. Pencil price 2.75 and the quantity is 3. Now it is displaying the report like this, right? But what I want to do, I don't want to fix the computer, mobile, calculator and pencil. I want to ask user to enter the item, and based on the item user entered, I want to generate the report. So how we can do the same thing in this particular program? So let me save this particular program as demo 39.c. Now, this is my old program and I want to convert this program with the array. So how we can do this? Very simple. We can declare here one variable, that is character item of 30. It means it will store the string of item. But I'm writing here maximum how many items you want. So I want the 10 items. So I'm writing 30 of 10. So it will be two-dimensional array. Now instead of declaring all this unit price 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm writing here unit price of 10. So it will be the price for 10 items. Now instead of writing integer quantity of 1, 2, 3, 4, I will declare here the quantity of 10. Right? Here we can declare the number of items you want. So you can declare the variable n. You can declare the variable I to iterate each and everything. Now here you can simply declare the float sum equal to 0.0f. So you can initialize your variable float sum. Now, before asking all this price, right, we will ask to the user, that is printf, enter how many items you want to insert. So we can get the value from the user ampersand n. So this is what, that is computer, mobile, calculator, pencil, all these things. We will simply remove this. So our code will be reduced. I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Now for how many items you want this? So what we will do? Very simple. This is our quantity and unit price. So we will convert this into array, that is up of I and quantity of I. But before this, we we will ask to the user not for the pencils unit price and pencils quantity, but we will ask to the user enter which item you want. So we will ask to the user enter item name. So now my code will be what? It will not be specific for the only 4 items, that is computer, mobile, calculator and pencil, but instead we will ask to the user enter the item name. So I'm writing here percentage S item of I. Here you can write enter unit price of, that is for example if item is that is pencil, then you can write percentage S item of I. The same thing you can write over here, that is enter the quantity of a percentage S, and here you can write item of I. So what happened? It will ask me for the item. Now here you can just put the comment into this particular code and you can test it is working properly or not. So you can just build and run your program. Now it will ask me that enter the bill number, for example 101. How many items you want? I want the 3 items. So for 3 items it will ask me enter the item name. So item name is for example now keyboard. So it will ask me enter the unit price of keyboard. It means enter the unit price of percentages, that is whatever the item inserted, right? So enter the unit price of keyboard, for example 1200. What is the quantity of keyboard? For example 4. Now it is asking me for the item name. Suppose if I am writing the item name is mouse, then it will ask me enter the unit price of mouse, that is 343. Quantity of mouse, that is 3. Now it is asking me enter the item name. So I am writing here laptop. So whenever you write laptop, it will ask the unit price of laptop and it will ask the quantity of laptop. So it is working properly. Now here, whenever you want to display the report, how we can display the report? Very simple. We can write the loop over here to display the report. So how we can manage the things? It is very easy. Please see carefully over here. XYZ Mart, PQR shopping, all this thing is perfect. Instead of 3rd December 2020, here we can write the today's date, that will be January 2021, 12th January 2021. Now, this is the code to display each and every item. So, what we will do over here? Here we can write the loop. That is for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So for this particular loop, we can print all the item value. So here, instead of 4, we can write I plus 1. Why? Because I value is 0. Then for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, everything will be displayed. Here, instead of pencil, we can write simply that is item of I. So whatever the item is, it will be displayed over here. Instead of UP, you can write UP of I. So that will be the unit price of that particular array. Quantity of that particular array. Here you can write unit price of array multiplied by quantity of array. Right? And this is the formula to make the sum of all this value. So we can put it this into our loop and we can simply reduce our code and we can write sum plus equal to unit price of I multiplied by quantity of I. So whatever the quantity is, it will be multiplied with the unit price, right? And at last we can print the sum and discount. Let me check it is working or not. So it will ask me to enter the bill number. For example, bill number is 111. Now enter how many items you want. I want only 2 items. So it will ask me for the 2 items. What is the name of your item? So name of my item is A4 size paper. Right? So A4 paper. Now it will ask me unit price of A4 paper. So unit price is equal to, for example, 1.2 rupees. What are the quantity of A4 size paper? So quantity is 345. Enter the item name. For example, item name is pencil. Now, what is the unit price? For example, 3.5. And what are the quantity? Quantity is 2. Now you can check, see, 1.20 multiply by 345 quantity, it means 440. 3.5 into 2, it will be 7. Discount is 10%. So whenever you calculate the discount of 421 by minus, that will be, so suppose if I am writing 421 into 0.90, then the value will be 378.9. So the amount to be paid is 378.9. But I don't want to print 10% over here. I want to print the actual value, that is 10% value, that is actual discount, right? So instead of writing this percentage, you can simply remove this percentage. You can simply remove this percentage as, instead of discount, you can write here the discount value. So what will be your discount value? Simple. We can write over here, that is sum multiplied by discount. So if it is a 10%, then you can write sum multiplied by discount divided by 100. So your discount will be displayed over here. So whatever the discount you are giving, that will be displayed over here. And here you can write that will be 10.2F, right? So it will be displayed the discount amount over here. Now you can simply build and run. Now you can write the n number of items that you want. So I'm writing here 111. How many items you want? I want this 8 items. So enter the item name. So item name is, for example, pencil. What is the price of pencil? 2.7. How many quantity? Quantity is 32. What is the name of product? So name of the product is keyboard. What is the unit price of keyboard? 1250. What are the quantity? The quantity is 3 keyboard. What is the name of the item? So it is laptop. What is the price? 32,000. Quantity 2 laptop. What is the name of the another item? And that will be now the computer. So what is the price of computer? For example, 24,000. What are the quantity of computer? Computer quantity is, for example, 2. Now, what is the name of the product? For example, calculator. What is the price? 400. How many quantity? The quantity is 15. Right. Now, what is the product? For example, camera. So, item name is camera. What is the price of camera? 1500. Quantity of camera. For example, 3. Another product. For example, that will be a water bottle. Right. So what is the price of water bottle? The price of water bottle is, for example, 400. Quantity 2. Now what is the another item? That is mobile, for example. Price 15,000. Quantity 5 mobile. And now my wall report will be generated. So the number of items you can enter, and that will be displayed over here. The price will be displayed, quantity will be displayed, and the report will be calculated automatically. If you look over here, that is 2,02,136.41, then the discount is 10%, we all know. So that is the reason why the discount is settled over here and the value is displayed over here. You can just check the discount is proper or not. So you can just write over here, that is 2,02,136.41 multiplied by 0.90. So the amount to be paid should be 1,81,922.77. Yes, it is correct, right? Because it is rounded up to 2 decimal point. But I don't want to fix the discount. I want to take the discount value to be entered from the user, and that will be the, for example, shopkeeper will enter the discount amount, right? So what we can write over here, so we can take the input from the user, enter the bill number, and after entering the bill number, we can ask to the user enter discount percentage. So what percentage you want to give, right? So scanf percentage D, you can take the discount from the user, that will be M% discount. So whatever you enter, that discount variable. So suppose if you are entering the discount is for example 5%. So sum into 5, that will be divided by 100. So the discount will be that particular amount, right? And that particular amount will be deducted, right? So now what is the biggest advantage? For example, if you are purchasing only one item, right? And if you think that I don't want to give any discount percentage, so I'm writing here 0%, right? How many items? Only one item. What is the name of item? For example, that is a calculator. What is the price of calculator? 200. And what are the quantity? Two calculator. So you can check that the discount is 0 in this particular case, and amount to be will be the full amount, and that will be the 400 over here. But it might be a chance you want to give not a discount 0%, but you want to give a few 5% or 10% discount, then you can. What is the discount percentage? For example, 5%. Now, how many items? Only 3 items. What is the name of your item? That will be laptop. What is the unit price? 32,500. Quantity 3. Another item, and that will be mobile, for example, right? So what is the price of mobile? 11,000. Quantity 2. What is the name of item? For example, name of item is pencil. Now, unit price of pencil, that will be 2.52. And quantity of the pencil, for example, 3. Now the report will be generated, but if you look carefully over here, then the discount amount is 5%, right? So, but discount amount is not eligible over here. Why? Because you just need to declare that the discount is 10% and this discount variable is declared as a float. So I need to just write over here that is percentage F. So whenever you write percentage F, now your discount will be calculated. For example, 111, what is the discount percentage? 5%. How many items? Only 2 items. What is the name of item? For example, mobile. Right? What is the unit price of mobile? For example, 12,000. Quantity 2. Item name, for example, laptop. Unit price 30,000 and 3 laptops. Now you will be able to see that the discount is 5,700. Why? Because you have entered the discount amount is 5%. So you can take the input from the user and then you can generate the